2 chances to win this one and prevent Team BDS achieving the perfection for which they've been searching since they burst onto the scene about a year ago now. Plus, it's been such a long time since they've been right at the top of Europe, but they're going to have to do some defending straight away. Rise gets an early goal for Moist.
Kicking it off from that left wall and absolutely toe-punting it in, making contact with Extra. You can pinch it towards that far post and just trying to continue with the one of the highest goals per game we've seen out of any team in Europe across the entire season so far. And if we look back at the history of these two teams competing at the highest level that Europe has ever seen in the RLCS, BDS have got an unreal record. Out of the last 7 times that they have played, including going back to that Queso roster, it is BDS on top in 6 of those series.
Monkey Moon, though, using that 0.0 analog stick there. Look at that, just to force the angle around the outside. I think any other player tries to boom that one, maybe into the top right corner.
Bit to the other side. That makes it much more unpredictable, and you may well waste the boost of a defender who tried that pre-jump.
I love another lovely demo there from Rise to get past Seiko, and then Monkey Moon is up. He's missed it. Vatira into the side corner, gets Moist their first game.
8 minutes and 20 seconds for a winner to emerge, and Vatira is the man to do so. Just striking across that net to get the goal. And that's Moist. This is Seiko with the first one in this grand final. For any people who are only joining us for either, as we said earlier, send it to one of your teammates to then clear it away, so it's a little bit harder to predict, or the ability to just keep it close, wait for that 50, and then your teammates can get back or move up and then get in the way of that 50. But with Rise in the sky, he goes up for the double. Extra is not able to make contact, and Rise opening on Aquadome.
Extra never looked comfortable here. The angle that he had was not a nice one. He was turning in, he was turning out, he was trying to time his jump. Rise just completely ignored him, scored the bread and butter double, and
get away by Seiko in the end. Rise challenge on that right-hand side too. Extra passing the ball to him, and the bump isn't quite enough to keep the threat away. Joyo just goes high again, but with no boost, he has to retreat back out. BDS with not too much pressure on them now until Vatira throwing their body at the ball as often as they can is the MO, and sometimes it's gonna backfire.
We'll have to wait and see. Was this just a mechanical mistake, or was there some reason that this ball was missed? I think Joyo was just too far up, tried to make up for it, or maybe even put it again. The only thing they haven't done is win a regional under the Moist branding. How they would love to do it right here, right now, and avoid a bracket reset. They go 2 up, they'll manage it, and they've done so.
That was a lot quicker than 3 minutes 20. Vatira goes high as he like, as quick as he can, and Monkey Moon, he thought he could outspeed him. Typically, he can. Seiko was further up, and I like that Vatira is using the golden explosion that Seiko has popularized. That Yeehaw Cowboy, this time shooting into his back.
I bet Seiko thinks this. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been awesome if he had when I was saying that. Anyway,
he wasn't.
Stay 0-0. Yeah, true. Team BDS have started this third game very well. The thing is, with their mentality the way it is now, they've got the fully French comms now. Seiko's part of it. They feel invincible. Not taking the timeout is not necessarily a bad decision because they can adjust so quickly.
I thought Seiko lost the opportunity here to get that shot because Rise misses on the backboard. But with Extra dropping it low instead of shooting, that allows Seiko to move in. And that's something that I really respect about
forward. And you're thinking they've got to score, but the lone Moist defender has done so well.
Facing down a 2v1 as any player against any of the other 2 players on this pitch is terrifying. And yet Vatira, I think the 2nd or 3rd time that he has done it with absolute immaculate positioning.
Oh, that's immaculate too, though. Seiko with a massive finish, and it's 2-0 BDS.
Returning the cowboy finger guns to the back of Vatira. Seiko shooting near post and catching him completely off.
Jumps this time. Extra didn't pre-jump, he just raced the ball as quickly as he could. Seiko's got some boost now, but he can't dribble away. Vatira has maybe realized that Seiko is dribbling past Moist time and time again, and he's going to close in as soon as he possibly can.
Yeah, it's a clever idea. Seiko, we identified earlier, was taking it to the ground, was trying to go for those dribbles out of defense instead. Rise, opportunity there. Vatira catching it incredibly softly, actually helped out by the defender.
What a read, what a dunk, what a goal. Extra was beaten by Rise. Seiko got a touch on it, but Vatira just knew exactly what Seiko was trying, and so impressive not to be put off by Monkey Moon as well, who was right behind him during that play.
I think both of them basically pushed that ball into the goal. It didn't have many other places to go. Apart from that orange net, Rise goes up nice and quickly as well. Monkey Moon is able to outspeed him this time, but Joyo into the corner. Pass opportunity. Shot opportunity. Opportunity secured.
That is so quick and so speedy. Look at this perfect touch right here. Joyo gets one and then fakes the second one. I think BDS expected that he'd...
When a bump comes in, BDS looks somewhat rattled.
BDS have certainly lost their advantage that they had earlier. They had all the boost and all the chances. Moist did so well not to dive in. The unexpected floor pinch from Vatira does put them 3 up.
The overtime overlords do it again. Vatira on the right sends it low and Extra didn't realize that that was the play. Bullets rain down the pitch and a timeout confirmed for BDS as we find ourselves on instead. It pinches nicely for Seiko but goes high to Vatira. Does not have too much boost remaining. He can work magic with Little.
Seiko's going to let this one fall and catch on it. Joyo still, though, getting the block. The 1v1 game from Moist has been just flawless from them. Joyo's going to put this one to the corner.
Bang!
And it's going to be a lead for Moist.
Joyo yet again continuing the trend of that Moist dominance. Sees that Monkey Moon is demoed. He just has to rip one towards that net and the skull emerges as potentially the death of BDS looms.
Joyo's player banner has a number 4 in it, and they are so close to their 4th game and their first event, but suddenly Extra flips it on his head and it's 1-1.
It's going to be an overtime no matter what we build up during regulation. A mistouch from Joyo sees Extra's aggression paying off, bringing it back off the kickoff immediately, straight back to level pegging.
It would be so easy for Team BDS to give by Seiko, I think it was. Monkey Moon bumps Rise out the way, but Joyo can be the recipient of the next ball. Seiko's touch and his clearance are a little bit loose, but he makes something good from it. Now he goes again, gets bumped away. Can Monkey Moon put it away?
Oh!
Yes, he can. What speed from Monkey.
Oh, that is nasty. Seiko diving down the middle. Monkey Moon on that right wing just has to tap it past being in the blind spot of Joyo and is able to. With the Christmas goal explosion, that truly was a present for BDS fans.
They'll be feeling festive right now for the first time in a while. It's a hit to the side. BDS so close to getting involved. Moist will have so many more chances, but, you know, every time you lose a game, you start to question things a little bit more. It's still up, though. Seiko wants to kill this ball more than anything, and he's going to manage it. The drop shot skills are on point up and play among that. Both of these teams are going to experience that. For now, you know, they're just at their boot camps, just on their computers, but this is just a build-up as the season will continue to get even hotter. And BDS starting to get a little bit hot themselves. Extra wants to get the dunk in. Quite able to do it. Vatira's touch, though, is loose and aimless, and Seiko is on it so fast.
Taking full advantage of that loose touch from Vatira. He doesn't land properly. He doesn't quite get his footing. The touch, he shouldn't have gone for it, really.
Rotation's not quite going right, and maybe trying to be, as I mentioned in the last game, overly clever in defense. And Team BDS are so intelligent. They will realize that 100%. They'll know when they have to really push things, when they have to just wait and know the chances will come. Vatira, another awkward touch. Monkey Moon wants to readjust the car in the sky to get a touch on it. Seiko, a very old-fashioned double tap. Is this Season 5? It doesn't matter. It's 2-0 BDS.
It was Monkey Moon playing Ultimate Disruptor in net, forces Joyo to go up and then backflips into him to give him a...
Whenever I get a double tap in free play, they look a little bit like that. My car's springing off all over the place. Looks a little bit better when Seiko does it, of course, and now he's chasing Rise. Monkey Moon dribbles forward. Just the cleanest 50-50 in the world. I think he got a flip reset into it as well and a wave dash to get himself some power. Brilliant play from Monkey Moon. Team BDS, their tails are so up, but one Moist goal can change that, and there is that Moist goal. It's Joyo.
Down the other end, Sam clears his way on Wasteland and it makes way for Joyo. Getting that touch low, it bounces beneath
Monkey Moon clears it. But look at the speed from Seiko again. He's like he's sped up even faster than he was at the start of this series, and a huge bump comes in. I think it was Monkey Moon who is, certainly you identified it earlier, Stumpy, playing Disruptor, and it's doing so much good that when the ball falls to him, there's nobody around him.
Extra has bumped here, but look at him just hold his position. He just breaks, slows down, then goes quick again, gets it over the top of Rise, and Vatira is suddenly shook. He does not know how that pass has come in. Monkey Moon shadowing so close means that opportunity falls straight in.
Again, 22 goals needed, though. That's not too many at this time, but they'll want to score soon. The closer we get to 0 seconds with that 2-goal deficit, Moist will have to start to rush. They'll become stretched, and Team BDS, you know, they prey on that all day long, but they can't do it. The 50-50 challenge game won by Vatira.
Pray as much as you like, because Moist had just been picking 4-leaf clovers out in the meadow before they came into this lobby. That luck flying perfectly in the way. The 50 falling wonderfully into the orange net.
It's a challenge and force the ball home. We knew exactly what we were doing, says Vatira. Now he comes again. Wants to go to the top corner and get the double, but Seiko, he's up. Monkey Moon, can he get here ahead of Joyo? I think he can. That one's to loft its way wide. Seiko's there, and Seiko restores the 2-goal BDS lead.
Whatever Moist can do, BDS seem to be able to do it better, retaliating time and time again, landing a mortar down range and devastating the side of Moist. 2 goals again separating them, just as better, retaliating time and time again, landing a mortar down range and devastating the side of Moist. 2 goals again separating them, just a smidge under 2 minutes remaining.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be hearing that yeehaw sound in my dreams tonight. We've been seeing it so much between Vatira and Seiko. And there's Extra with a much more sophisticated goal explosion, 5-2 BDS.
I think you'll hear it in your dreams, and I think Moist are going to be hearing it in their nightmares because Seiko running Araya Extra that time.
The power of the tactical timeout. It is amazing how often you see a team just completely turn around. I mean, after BDS had their tactical timeout, Moist scored the next goal. It was a really nice one, but BDS, what they had been discussing clearly in the medium term was absolutely what was needed to be changed. And now they are looking like the BDS that, as a reminder to everybody, was on a 12 or 13 game win streak in Grand Finals, hadn't lost a game in the 2 Grand Finals of this split that they played before today. And that was perhaps my one critique of Moist, that because they rely so much on the pop-off game, on these big mechanics, that when they start to slow down, it can be difficult for them to grind it, but they've always got those mechanics in their back pocket.
Using that 100 boost to perfection, Vatira fakes it high, goes low and pops it over the top of Seiko, who is being harassed in the backside by Rise. 3 goals separating them. Once again, it's still a chasm to cross.
And now the onus is on Moist, though. 3 goals in a minute is possible.
On Moist. That is Wasteland falling the way of BDS, and it takes the series to 3 games for Moist, 2 for BDS, and the biggest goal difference we have seen so far, at least 4 separating them, 10 in total. And man, BDS, when they get going, that train is near unstoppable.
We had a couple of 7-2s yesterday in the same series, but I wonder how many 7-3s we've had in recent times. Another unique and strange scoreline here in this one. I'm assuming there's no more goals. Oh, okay, Director just said, come on, Moist, score a goal. So I've got a feeling 7-4 has never been had in maybe an EU. Let's see. Come on, Moist, can you do it?
Nah.
No, not at all.
8-3 though?
8-3, anything for that?
Is that a term that Gregan taught me earlier? Scoregami? Is apparently a term.
It's such a clever word, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's very good.
Never heard of it. It's good though. 8-3. I wonder if that is. We'll see. BDS though, winning their second. Gigantic for them. That momentum pulling through from the timeout. 8-3, is that a term that Gregan taught me earlier? Scoregami? Is apparently a term.
It's such a clever word, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's very good.
Never heard of it. It's good though. 8-3. I wonder if that is. We'll see. BDS though, winning their second. Gigantic for them. That momentum.
It's their next attack. The ball is always falling towards them.
Good to see Moist is having the initiative to move up into the midfield a touch sooner, making sure they are shutting down Seiko as soon as he can. But with Monkey Moon getting some touches that I thought were going to be pretty influential in the game, Rise charges him, and that's exactly actually what they needed to be doing. No space afforded to Monkey Moon and the 50. Perfect.
Now, I mean, that is a perfect 50-50 from Rise, but that is fairly unforgivable there from Monkey Moon. You cannot... BDS needs something, but Moist are doing so well just to keep BDS pen back. That goal has indeed completely changed things. Suddenly it's BDS that can't clear their lines. Tira is beaten though. Rise's clearance only goes as far as Seiko, who gets a lovely first touch and does some more stuff, and suddenly he finds himself with the ball trying to push it in. Monkey Moon, with the finish of the century, equalises for BDS.
With the outside of the foot, Monkey Moon curls it tantalizingly across that goal. Let's Rise and Vatira see it. And let those presents reign.
Doing that predictability, maybe Moist undoing again.
Anywhere else is that ball going? Extra sees it stop in the midfield. Sees it almost get the ice power up on it from Rumble. Isn't quite able to get that ball into a great position though until Joyo body slams it bottom right.
Suddenly Moist find themselves 1 minute and 39 seconds away from winning that all-important regional. It was actually an attempt at a bump that Seiko managed to avoid, but it made Joyo's job so easy. Moist are on the cusp of breaking that all-important regional. It was actually an attempt at a bump that Seiko managed to avoid, but it made Joyo's job so easy. Moist are on the cusp of breaking BDS's unbeatableness and have also putting themselves where they want to be. Joyo with the backflip. Oh, it's so close. Rise. He's going to leave it for Tira. And it does go in. And Moist have got some daylight.
Seeing that spark from Joyo has ignited Moist. Oil on top is aflame.
Surely unable to get 2 more goals in the next 7 seconds. They wanted perfection. They came so close until they came up against Joyo, Rise, and Vatira. And at the 3rd time of asking, despite that goal going in for Team BDS, Moist Esports get their first RLCS win.
Moist are magnificent, and they will be your victors here today. It didn't go to 7, it was knocked out on Neil.
Despite that goal going in for Team BDS, Moist Esports get their first RLCS win.
Moist are magnificent, and they will be your victors here today. It didn't go to 7.